Hi everyone, and welcome to the Paletti Rosa Homestead. Well, today I'm going to do something a little different than what I'm used to doing, and that's just because of the times, the way things are going right now. I remember sitting down when I was a young girl, and my great-grandmother would tell me all the things that used to happen during the Great Depression and how people survived and what people should be doing now. So I kind of put together a list of, like a part one list of some things that we could be doing now in case something happens with the economy, something we all should be doing. I would love to see in your comments anything that you're doing. Just think, by you writing down a comment, you're helping maybe somebody else with something maybe they could be doing, or maybe they're doing it differently. So please leave a comment. Let me know if you're doing any of these or what you're doing. Also, please give me a thumbs up if you like the video. That's how my videos get shared. Well, I should say everybody's videos get shared by the number of likes that you get. So please, I would love it if you would just hit the thumbs up. And if you haven't yet subscribed, I hope you'll subscribe to the Paletti Rosa Homestead. So let's start with number one. Here at my homestead, we turn around and we make our own laundry detergent. It's super easy. It costs like 35 cents for a load of laundry. You can't beat that. And basically, you need hot water. You need what they call Zote soap. And you need a laundry booster. And I use Arm & Hammer. That's all you need. You need to just get a 5-gallon bucket. Also, we have, there's different things that you can use, but my husband has this attachment for his drill, and it's a paint mixer. So first what you want to do is you want to get about 5 cups of hot water. You want to shred your Zote soap, shred it all down, and then put it in that hot water. You go in the 5-gallon container. And mix it up really good, and then keep on adding more water. And then I typically use about a half a box of super washing detergent, which is your laundry booster. And then I do put in a cup of baking soda, just to give it that little push. So that's one thing we do here to save some money. We also use as much natural resources as we can, and we hang our wash out on the wash line. You have no idea how much money you save just by hanging stuff out on the wash line instead of using your dryer. So that's number one. I wonder what number two will be. Okay, number two ties in a lot with making your own laundry detergent. And that's with making your own all-purpose cleaner, your own glass cleaner, and floor cleaner. Can't go wrong. Doesn't cost you a lot. What I did is I got the glass spray bottles. I wrote on the front all-purpose cleaner, and then on the back I wrote the directions on how to make it. Super easy, and it works great. Same thing with my glass cleaner. Right in front. Your floor cleaner, I love Murphy's, and I make it it's concentrated. So I take Murphy's and I add some water to it here. Or I've used Pine Sol before, but I really like Murphy's. At the next slide, what you'll see is a paper that I have. It's a cheat sheet, and it shows you so many different cleaning products you can do for practically nothing. It will save you a lot of money, and you'll know what's in it. My all-purpose cleaner has 2 cups of vinegar, 2 tablespoons of Castile soap, and 15 drops of a essential oil. Nothing harmful in this. The worst thing that could happen is if I just did it and my cat licked it, he could get the soap, a little bit of soap in him. But that's never happened yet. But they're pennies on the dollar. These are things that if you can't buy at the store, you should be able to have a cheat sheet up there that everyday household stuff that you have at your house, you can use to clean. So if you get a chance, I think you'll be able to see it. If something happens and you can't read the paper, send me your email address and I'll take a better picture of it if I can and send it to you, just the picture, and that way you can print it. I printed mine and I have it taped to my closet that I have all my cleaning supplies in. God forbid anything happened, open up the closet, oh, what do I got to do? I got to clean my stove. Cleaning a glass top stove, you could use baking soda and water. Get all that stuff off of it. There's so many different things you can use and save pennies on the dollar. And like I said, if God forbid anything happens with our economy, you've got it. You don't have to worry about it. Stockpile up on your toilet paper and your paper towels if you use them. As you know, the last time when COVID hit, you couldn't buy toilet paper anywhere. I didn't have to worry about that, thank God. Okay? That's number 2. Let's see, what is number 3? Okay, number 3, I grow my own garden. I have a greenhouse. You should remember back, well, no, you shouldn't, but some people remember hearing or reading about or having their grandparents tell them about it, or great-grandparents, or even their parents, about a victory garden. People were planting gardens because they couldn't get fresh produce anywhere, or they got these little stamps that allowed them to go out and buy certain things at the store. You don't have to have a big garden. You could just have planters and plant carrots. You can get a nice big planter and just plant carrots in it. This isn't the time of the year for tomatoes or stuff like that, but you could be growing lettuce, onions. I showed you in one of my last videos how you just have to take off the bottom of an onion that's got the roots and plant it. You'll get another onion up there. So something that you would normally throw away, you're able to turn around and use it again. There are so many herbs that you can grow over and over. So celery, that's one thing. You go out, and I bought my first thing of celery a couple years ago. You take off the bottom of the celery, you put it in water, the bottom part that you would normally get rid of, put it in water for just a little while to get it nice and moist, and then plant it. You get another thing, another head of celery up. Take that head up, cut the bottom off, plant it again. You're just using it over and over and over. You don't have to have a greenhouse, or make up a little mini one. I knew somebody that turned around and got 4 pieces of wood and made a square. Then went to a local store that was getting rid of like glass windows, or you can go on Facebook Marketplace, got a glass window, or was it a glass door? Yes, it was one piece of a sliding glass door, and she put it on top of the wood, and she grew things inside there. That's a greenhouse. So there's different things that you could use. If you have an idea or something that you use, please share it with everybody. By sharing the good news with other people, you're just giving them more opportunities. So take the time, start a garden, do something inside. You can be growing your own herbs inside. I haven't bought vegetables in 4 years now, and I haven't bought herbs either because I can grow them inside my house. So there is ways to do it. Okay, come on, we can do it. If anything happens to this economy, you're going to need it. Number 4, it's something that probably a lot of people aren't going to do because they don't realize how easy it is. And I raise my own chickens. I don't raise them for meat. I raise them for their eggs. I meant if push comes to shove and the economy goes down and we're hungry, I mean, we do have mountains around us. We do have deer. But if it came to it, they would be one of the ones that would go. But right now, eggs are so good for you. They supply a lot of nutrients, and it's very easy. Get 2 or 3 chickens. You only need a small little spot for it. You can build your own chicken coop with your imagination. You don't have to do something big like I did. And you you get baby chicks at the store at Rule King or Tractor Supply. And basically all you need to do is buy feed for them. You got the water. It doesn't take a lot for chickens. I get up in the morning, I go outside, I open up the door of their coop, and I let them go. I make sure they got feed and they got water. That's it. I don't do anything. Every other day, every third day, I go out and I clean up their chicken poop. That is fertilizer. I know a couple years ago you couldn't get fertilizer anywhere. That's fertilizer, okay? My eggs, I water glass my eggs. If you don't know what that is, put on a comment. I'll tell you how to do it. It is so easy. Any excess eggs I sell, I don't sell them expensive. I sell like $3 a dozen. And that's just to cover the feed. So just something to think about. Sometimes you need to think out of the box a little bit. But you only need, if you live in an apartment, there's no way you're going to get one. If you live in a condo, I doubt you're going to get one. But if you have a house and you have a small piece of property, that's all you need. You don't need an acre. You don't need a half acre. You just need a small piece to put them in. I let them free range during the day. I have no problems. I'm not even out here with them. Okay? So come on, let's think outside the box. Let's be ready if this economy crashes. Number 5. This is one thing my great-grandmother told me, and my grandmother told me, that while I was young, I should learn how to preserve food. I used to have to walk outside. My grandmother, they were German, and my grandmother would make homemade noodles. And here was me and my brother with our hands like this with noodles all down our arms. And I remember her rolling them out and everything. And me and my brother would walk out like this. And my mother would be outside at a wash line. And I'm saying it's a wash line, but you know what I'm talking about. It's a thin rope that goes out. And she would take them off our hands and lay them on the rope and dry them out. It's very easy to do. But learning to preserve food. There are so many videos, especially my channel. But there are so many videos teaching you how to can, how to dehydrate. You don't have to have a dehydrator to dehydrate food. You just need your oven. You just need the time. You could get a pressure canner for like $25. You can get jars if you go out to like thrift stores and stuff like that for like $0.25. Learn how to preserve food. If I see that there's a sale, a couple weeks ago there was a sale on chicken. It was 99 cents a pound for chicken breast. I bought a lot of it, brought it home, cut it into pieces. I cut some into strips, some into cubes, put them in a jar, and then put some chicken broth on top of it. Close it up, pressure can it. That's it. One time there was a sale on chopped meat. Chopped meat is easy. You just got to brown it a little bit. Don't over brown it. Just lightly brown it. Put it into a jar. Put some beef broth on top of it. You could put anything you want in there. You could put onions. You could put garlic. You could put peppers. You could put whatever you want in there. Seal it up. Pressure can it. Now there's some things out there that are high in acidity that you don't need to pressure can. You need to water bath can. But you will see a lot of videos that will tell you which one you have to do. If you have to pressure can or if you have to water bath can. If you have to water bath can, like applesauce or peaches, stuff like that, water bath canning is just getting a pot, putting your jars in it, make sure the water is above the highest jar by 1 inch, and boil the water. That's it. You have to put something on the bottom of the pan, dish towel, whatever you want, face cloth. Just put it on the bottom of the pan. And this is a great family opportunity. I remember growing up, we did so much with family. The kids would be in charge of one thing, the adults would be in charge of another thing, and the grandparents would be another, and we all worked together as a family. I think that's one of the big problems with today's times. There's no more family. There's no more things that we do together. Teach your kids, teach yourself, and then teach your kids some great learning skills, because it may be important in the long run. I try to give my daughter tips all the time on what to do. Okay? You can do this. Let's see what the next one is. Another thing I want to tell you with preserving food is to give you an example. My kitty's out here crying. One thing is an example is I've got chopped meat. I have a fire pit outside. If you own a home, depending upon where you live, you may be able to have a fire pit, or you may be able to get a camp stove or a barbecue. Okay? If something happens with the economy, our electric goes down. All I have to do is open up a can of chopped meat, throw some homemade tomato sauce in it with a couple other things, and you can make tacos. Okay? Just an idea on preserving. So the next thing I want to talk about is people back in the Depression, they didn't go out to eat. Especially then, because they didn't have the money. They had to scratch and save every penny that they own. Today's times, it is expensive to go out and eat. I live in Southwest Virginia. Our taxes are low, but at the same time, we have what's called a luxury tax, which means if you go out to eat, there's a 12% tax. If you go to the local food store like Food City, and they've got a hot bar there, and you turn around and you purchase chicken fingers with mashed potatoes and green beans, you have to pay the 12% because it's a prepared food. It's already hot. So that can get really expensive. So my husband and I, we only go out for very special occasions. Typically my birthday takes me to Olive Garden. Our anniversary, I ask him to take me to Olive Garden. He doesn't like to go out to eat. He'd rather me cook for him. And that's fine. If that's what he wants on his birthday, that's what I'll do. So typically twice a year we go out and eat. It's like a special occasion. Make it special. Even if you have to turn around, if there's a park, a county park, turn around and make up some subs at home. Pack a picnic and go out as a family and enjoy quality time together. That was very big in the Depression. So going out to eat, not good. Learn how to cook. Learn how to cook. Okay, let's see what the next one is. What would happen if you got hit with, do you remember back a couple years ago, Hurricane Sandy? I lived in New Jersey. I lived through it. We were without electric for almost a week and a half. No electric. Are you prepared if something like that happens? I think one of the things I'm going to be trying to do, me and my husband, is I would like to live without electric for a week. Maybe 3 days to start. And see what we would do. We're very lucky here, like I said. We make our own laundry detergent. If I had to, I could turn around and put water in the sink and wash our clothes and then hang them outside. I'm not worried about that. Cooking. I have propane tanks. I have a bunch of the small barbecue propane tanks, and I have a barbecue. I have a cook stove. I didn't have to cook with electric. My coffee's another thing. I even have instant coffee in case anything like that ever happened. I can't do without my coffee. I've told you that many times. I think the hardest thing will be is there's no TV. There's no iPad. All the things that were not around during the Depression. I don't need a vacuum cleaner. I go around the house with a broom and I broom off my carpets. I broom off the floors. I don't need a vacuum. We're on city water. If something happened to the city water, there, as one of the videos I showed you, I can go around and get water anywhere and just put it through my zero water and have clean water. If I have to, I can boil water on my camp stove. What would you do if you lost electricity for a week? Think about it. Try it for a day, having no electric. See what would happen. So those are things to prepare for just in case something happens. Let's see what's next. The next is kind of funny. We cut our own hair. I don't cut mine. I cut my husband's hair. Yes, it is an electric cutter, trimmer, but if I had to, I didn't have to use the electric. I got the scissors and I could cut my husband's hair. My husband trims my hair on the bottom. My husband even dyes my hair for me. Yeah, I have to go out and buy dye, but you know what? A thing of dye is what? $8, $9? It beats going out and spending $65 at the hair salon to go get it done. Is it a treat to go get it done for people? Yeah. But what would ever happen if the economy crashed? Are you ready for something like that? Well, like I said, this was part 1. I'm going to try to do a couple of these. See how many I can do. And at the end of every video, what I want to do is come up with an idea that I saw other people doing that I want to try. And that way on my next time I do a video like this, I'll tell you how it worked. What I'm going to try doing is we do a compost pile, but I don't use it enough. I throw away my scraps, whatever, in the garbage. I don't want to do that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to have a bucket. Mine's only going to be a small bucket because it's only me and my husband. And any type of kitchen scraps or anything that I could throw in our compost, I'm going to put in this bucket. And then what I'm going to do once a week or sooner than that, depending upon how much is in it, is I'm going to go out to the compost pile and throw it in there. Again, if the economy crashes, a lot of people speculated, not this year, but last year, that the soil, the garden soil that you went out and bought was compromised. I have a compost pile, so I could use that. So that's something I'm going to try. So I'll let you know how that went. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video, and like I said, please give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe to my channel. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you do. Don't forget, okay? I look forward to seeing you at the next video. God bless everybody from the Paletirosa Homestead. Look forward to seeing you on the next video.